Hello, 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 and welcome back to day two of the gifts of Christmas. I want to say the gifts of peace. Okay. And today, the second gift that I'm offering you or inviting you to join me with is the gift of meditation. Now, that is a word that gets bandied around, and I would say almost every single person that probably teaches meditation gives a different meditation. And that in itself can create a lot of like, oh my God. So I just wanted to hop on and actually give you three different ways you can meditate, okay? Because in in different teachings, like I've done yoga for nearly 30 years, and there are so many, ways of breathing in yoga. Okay. That's not even looking at then Tai Chi, da 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 da, okay. And it can be really overwhelming, but the essence is the same. The essence is drawing within, coming into your body, and not making your focus of awareness outside, because there's so much in our world that is calling, especially at this time of year, right? And having even 5 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is that you can give yourself to just recenter will literally shift the energy of your whole day. All right. My day is so different if I do yoga, if and compared to if I don't. It's like I'm a different person. Like I know this of myself. Okay. And I was very arrogant for years because I did yoga, and I used to think, what the hell is everyone else's problem? Because they weren't doing yoga, they weren't having that conscious breath. So there's a few elements of breath that is like really kind of important, but then as soon as you let it go, it's not important. But the premise is coming inside. Okay, because you're letting your body come to peace. You're coming into alignment with your truth in the present moment. Okay. So even if you end up, you've got a plan, say you're planning a holiday, yeah, you've got to think ahead, right? But having the presence to begin with means that you're connecting. It's a very much a way of connecting with source, our higher self, with peace, with presence, with consciousness, with energy. But the first step is the coming inside. And a lot of people they haven't done that yet, because the minute you do, you start having feelings or thoughts that you don't want. And people, oh, no, carry on, I'm going to carry on being outside. I'll just be busy, busy, busy. Now, because of the way I lived growing up, I had a lot of time alone. Not as in I was neglected, but my parents would be busy, and it was like, okay, you're here and I'm just going to go here, right? So I would be on my own with my own thoughts. So I was used to kind of watching my thoughts or playing music. I played music from I was 7, and music, playing woodwind instruments is like having conscious breaths. So the other aspect of meditation is breath, right? Because the minute you start breathing consciously, we all breathe automatically, but when you choose to breathe, you're creating conscious choice. You become the kind of the creator rather than the like the how can I say, the responder, okay? Because if you're doing anything just by habit, you're just in habit and you're not being aware. I read something the other day about lucid dreaming, and I'd never thought about it. Somebody asked the question, what is the purpose of lucid dreaming? And I was like, oh yeah, I've never even asked that question. I've lucid dreamed quite a lot. And the answer that people were giving, I mean, it was a discussion, and let's say no one holds the only answer, right? But one of the answers that really resonated to me was, if you can lucid dream in your dreams, you can lucid dream in your life, meaning you are consciously being the creator of your life. Like this morning, right? I'm going out for a meal shortly, and I could have just gone into like, oh my God, I've got to prepare this, do this. But I woke up, I made my prayers, I meditated, I said a bunch of mantras that I've been saying for a few months now. And I lit my candle, I did some yoga, I was drinking my herb tea, which I always do in the morning. That was all consciously chosen. Like they're habits because I have done them regularly, but I still consciously choose, yep, I'm doing this, and now I'm doing this, and now I'm doing this. It's not a blind following, da, 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 da. It's a consciously created moment. And then I realized that actually I had enough time to do this recording, right? So meditation and consciously breathing, you're becoming the one that is conscious and aware rather than the one that's reacting and responding. And we all have that. We all have that. People love to call it the ego and really give it some shit. But it's not about that. It's just about realizing, oh, I can catch myself. So when we meditate, we are not getting lost in our thoughts. We're absorbed. People would say we're observing the thoughts. I use the analogy of sky mind, cloud mind, because when you're sky mind, you're just letting everything move through. When you're in the cloud mind, you're just becoming the one that's reacting the thoughts, the feelings. And we all do it. We all do it. This is human nature. It's not about judging, but it's practicing. And when you practice that through meditation, or whether it's an active meditation like Tai Chi or yoga or dancing, um you become in the flow state, and you're not even choosing that, oh yeah, I'm being the observer, because the minute you observe that you're the observer, you're almost thinking, so you're coming out of it. You're literally coming into presence. You're coming back behind into the cloud mind. And as I said, because I played music a lot as a child, I would often be in a flow state, and I could feel the expansiveness of that. And that in that place, you can often get downloads of information, understandings. You have like spontaneous revelations and resolutions that come to you. It's not thinking, churning. Oh my God, how do I figure this out? It just comes to you because you're in alignment with, to me, I would say Holy Spirit, right? Our higher self, the consciousness that is wise, the wisdom of source that's moving through us all the time. So the three practices, honestly, I could ramble about this for a long time, but the three practices are Anapana breath, which is the first 3 days of Vipassana. If you were to do a 10-day silent retreat, you do Anapana breath. And what this is literally breathing in and out and noticing the sensation on at the end of your nose here. Okay. So it's literally just. And if you want to join me, shut your eyes. Please don't do this if you're driving, obviously. Make sure you're in a safe space and you're in the place to do it. And if you can't do it now, pause and come back to it later, right? Bookmark the page, whatever. Okay, and we'll just do it. And this type of breath, there is absolutely no pressure. So enough people, I go on a call with somebody, say, take some deep breaths for me. No, because if your body is contracted, trying to take a deep breath, it's like trying to blow up a lead bag when it's stuck, and actually you need to soften and melt the lead, and then you can blow it up. I mean, a silly example maybe, but extreme example, but it's not actually necessary to force yourself to have a deep breath, because at the right time you will have a deep breath. All right. And this was actually one of the really profound teachings that really landed with me when I did the Vipassana. I didn't go to a center. I downloaded the app and I did it in Portugal because I couldn't get on the thing when I wanted to do it. And in one of the they do a lecture, right? The guy does a lecture, and he said this is the difference between Vipassana and yoga. With yoga is almost forced. It's very disciplined. It's very like, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. And it doesn't have to be like that, actually, because that's not how you practice yoga necessarily. But there is a tendency to use your discipline to do the result. Whereas he was making the comparison to say, like, everybody, like, we all compare, right, to make our thing better, right? Whatever. He's saying when you breathe with Anapana, you have absolutely no desire or fixed outcome. You're not saying in for 3, out for 3. You're letting your body do the breath it needs. The only thing you're doing is observing here. So let's just try it for a few minutes, because you really may feel the benefit of this one. So literally just start here, breathe in or out, whatever is the one that comes to you, and we'll just stay there for a moment. And I literally almost guarantee you're going to feel like, oh, amazing. Because in this breath, you're not doing anything. You're giving your body no instructions. You're just letting it be because you are focusing on a place and you're letting yourself just observe. So what I sense when I start doing it is, oh, rather than I'm forcing my breath, 3 in, 3 out. As I said, when I was a kid, I did daily practice on the oboe and then the saxophone, right? Because I trained in them side by side. And both of those, you're literally breathing in, real kind of quick to then have this really slow out breath while you're playing, right? It was deep practice and it was amazing. But I remember in my 20s or maybe early 30s realizing I was like, I don't know how to just breathe because I spent so long training myself, which is amazing. But when I did the Anapana, I was like, oh my God, like, can I just breathe? Like, can I just be? Yeah, we can, right? So there's number one, Anapana breath. Okay. Just literally observe there. If you want to sit in lotus, brilliant. It is a beautiful position. I absolutely love it. I always feel at peace just literally by sitting in lotus position. But you don't have to, okay? You can sit with your feet on the floor, you can lie down. The only trouble is if you're lying down, obviously you might fall asleep, and that's fine. If you need to fall asleep, you fall asleep. So that's the first one. The second one is actually, I was going to say which one I'm going to do. I'll just tell you what the Vipassana part of the Vipassana retreat is. And this is really what people also know as body scanning. Okay. You also might liken it to Yoga Nidra. Okay. So we're moving through the body. Okay. We're not going to do a whole circle now because that can take a while. And before I even knew these terms and clicked what it was, I came up with the phrase of re-chi-ing. So think of chi, energy. Okay, you're re-chiing, you're recharging your body with energy. And where you know this thing, right? Where focus is, energy flows, right? Whatever the saying is. So if your energy is always outside your body, that's why we can be really depleted. But the minute you come in through meditation, and particularly this body scanning method, you are re-chiing your body. So let's just focus on your nose. Obviously we were observing the breath here. Now we're just letting go of the breath. The breath can do what it wants to do. I'm just going to ask you to focus your awareness on your nose, the whole nose. Okay, so the outside and the inside. Just be with your awareness, your presence in your nose. And your body might breathe, but you're not forcing it or stopping it. You're just being. Okay. And now I'm going to ask you to do the same with your eyes. So just putting your focus awareness inside your whole eyes. And now come to your forehead. And now the top of your head. Now, you might have had all sorts of voices going on, da, 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 or you might have been thinking about what I'm saying, whatever, but you might have just been there. And if you just be there, what can happen is because your focused awareness is like the tube of, I always see it like the tube of God is coming to where you focus, so where it'll stop where your focus is. So you're basically filling up your mind or your head rather, your forehead, your eyes, your nose, whatever it was you're focusing on with that energy. Okay. And it's miraculous. Like literally, I use this method. Okay. I use this as a direct method of healing in my sessions with people. You're bringing your presence and focused awareness to that part of your body. You are literally filling it up with energy on a quantum level, like beyond the physical. It's like the field beyond the physical. Okay. And that's how this works. And literally, if you go through your whole body with this, you will just feel amazing. Literally, I can't wait. If you want to feedback, like practice it. If you've never done this, do it. Set a timer if you want, and literally just spend a few seconds here, a few seconds here, A few seconds here. Now, if you were to go on the Vipassana course, like I'm not a teacher of Vipassana, no way. So, disclaimer, please don't use this and use it against me, right? This is just me offering you something that I use in my life. Now, if you do it, it's like having an amazing sleep. It's like being in a bath and just having this, like, oh, I've just bathed myself in pure light. Okay, it's amazing. But what I was going to say is, in Vipassana, they will teach you to stay somewhere as long as or until you feel something shift. Because if you think, like, say you've got a really stiff muscle, okay, and you're tense, 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 if you put your focus awareness there, you're not going to instantly soften. You might be able to say, oh, I'm tense here, I'm going to relax. Okay. But it may not be a legitimate sensation that you're feeling. But if you put your awareness there, it will soften. And I with clients, I use the analogy of like an ice cube, and then we're melting it right into water and then obviously into gas. And this is what we're doing when we're re-chiing our body. So if you've got time, you can literally not just go boom, 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 boom. Now I've done it. That's not the point. It's literally being present with that part of your body so that it softens, so that it softens, so that it softens. And when you're using this in healing, when I use it with clients, you stay with their feeling as long as until there is absolutely no sensation, tension, pain, emotion there. You just let it all shift and it will dissolve away. It will literally melt away. Okay. I am still practicing this. So if you're watching this and thinking, who does she think she is? I don't claim to be a master at this, but I do want to share it with people because when I do it regularly, I'm like, oh my God. And this is what has driven me to want to help other people because I did yoga, from an early age. I was having the benefit of yoga and having these insights and these amazing feelings. And I was like, God, I want to pass this on, right? So that's the second one. Now let me think. What was the third one? Okay, this is a favorite of mine. That is very easy. It's a real quick. It's like a quick fix actually, but it's also really powerful. So I'm looking at this, right? I can see myself on the screen, obviously, and I'm like, oh, my hair. This is annoying me, so I'm just like hiding it. So this is a circle breath. Okay. So again, we're being conscious, we're being a conscious creator in our experience. We're having a time of centeredness. Okay, we're withdrawing slightly from the outside world, but it's a slightly different focus. And I read this in a book called The Urban Warrior. I'm looking away because I'm thinking, what was it? Yeah, so I can't think of the author, but it was a little book and it was full of amazing practices. This guy's legend, right? He's trained in the East and he really knows his stuff. But this one thing stuck with me. And you breathe up the back of your body and out and down the front. So literally that's all it is. So you can see this, your focus of awareness again is going down the front and then under your feet and up and in and out and down the front and up the back and down the front. And I just feel amazing doing that. I could sit doing that for ages, but I'm not going to. I'm going to carry on with my day and my recordings, and I'm going to move my hair because it's annoying me. So I hope you've learned something or felt inspired by that. This is not about being perfect, even though I'm trying to make my hair perfect. This is just about giving yourself some time out. Okay, life can get busy. Life can be overwhelming. Life can feel like, oh my God, right? And if you've got kids, I don't have kids, so like so much respect to you, you who have children. If you've got children, I was going to say, if you've got a busy life, you can literally do this. Take yourself to the bathroom, okay? Do what you need to do, and then literally just have another moment and do some of those cycle breaths, okay? Right? Just do it for a few moments. Give yourself that gift, all right? And then go back out to the world, all right? And just see how you feel. So if you followed along, if you're going to try it again, pop a comment. Tell me how you got on with that because they're so nourishing. People talk about self-care, oh, have a bath, eat well. Yeah. But this stuff is like to the source because you're literally connecting to energy, to breath, to presence, and it's just amazing. So that is my gift for day 2. So many blessings to you, and I will see you for day 3 shortly. Bye for now.